Buen dia. I am here to make an announcement. Love is dead. Stop looking. I've just made an announcement that love is dead. See? Peter just fell down. He's mimicking how dead love in this modern day is. It's dead. Stop looking. And let me preface by saying, when I say stop looking, I mean only in a certain sense. And you'll understand as the video goes on. Love is dead. If you've noticed, people have become increasingly selfish, right? And that's partly because of the individualistic society that we live in. Very individualistic, everyone cares for themselves only, every man for himself, right? Dog eat dog. And that's the world we've come to live in. You see the gender wars that are going on. The men hate the women and the women hate the men, and nobody can get along, and the families are torn apart, and kids are suffering, and everybody's heartbroken. Love is dead. Quit looking. And when I say quit looking, what I mean is that in this modern era, there should be a greater emphasis on who you are as a person and the quality of a human being that you become in this life than there is an emphasis on finding this external gratifying feeling, right? Because you're not going to find that outside of yourself. And I think as depressing as our situation is nowadays, where pretty much no one has felt true love, no one knows what it is to feel true love. I think we can learn a very important lesson from this as a generation. And what that lesson is how to function and develop yourself to the degree where you can almost live through life without that love that you so want, the love that you so desire, right? And I'm avoiding the common phrase, oh, love yourself, but essentially that is what I'm communicating. We need to come to a place where we appreciate ourselves to the degree where us not receiving external love is almost not a factor. It almost doesn't matter, right? And back to the point of love being dead, you realize that, selfishness has really increased nowadays, right? I know it sounds like I'm repeating what I said in the beginning, but bear with me. Selfishness has increased to a large degree. The men feel like everything is against them. We feel like everyone's against us, and there are a lot of things against us. That is the truth. And the women feel like there is a lot against them. And the truth is, there is a lot against them, right? So everyone feels isolated. We dwell and exist in our echo chambers, right? We exist in our echo chambers. And we as a generation have grown up in broken households, right? The divorce rate in the US right now is, I think, over 50. Which is that's basically one in every two couples is either divorced or are going to be divorced. And that's how we grew up as a generation. We've experienced a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of pain. And so what's going on now is a reflection of that. There are a bunch of people doing a bunch of soul searching, and you look at the popularity and the rise of people connecting with the earth and in tune with their chakras, which I don't agree with all that, but that's their thing. You see the rise of those things, people trying to discover themselves. That's a cry for what was lost in innocence, right? And when you've lost your innocence at an early age, when you've experienced abuse and trauma at a young age, that really makes it difficult for you to love when the time comes. And so what you see going around is lust. Most people are lusting. Very, 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 very few people love, right? And so you look at men being scared of commitment. Why do you think that is? Do you think men just decided to become scared of commitment? And you look at the girls being scared to commit also and being scared to settle, right? Why do you think that is? These aren't accidents, guys. This didn't just happen. There are long lists of things and contributing factors that led to the current situation that we now live in. Long list of things. So what do? You stop looking. You quit looking. And although the common and very truthful phrase is seek and you shall find, right? There's a moment and a point in time where you have to be patient and focus on what matters. You cannot look externally right now. And I guarantee you, once you get to the place where you are in your zone and you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're focused on what you're supposed to be focused on, love will come. That is the lesson of this generation. It's tough and it's painful, and human beings find it hard to accept. But it's true. If you can't find that love that you so desire, which it's becoming a scarcity, right? It is becoming a scarcity. That's true. And I'd be stupid to say otherwise. Although optimistic, I'd be stupid. It's becoming scarce where real love can be found. Stop looking. Focus on yourself. Focus on becoming the person who deserves to be loved. And you might say, well, everyone deserves to be loved. Everyone deserves to be loved? I mean, you could say that. Yes and no. Yes and no. Right? Sometimes some people make it so difficult for them to be loved that it's almost impractical to try. Right? So what you do, you make it easier for someone to love you by becoming the best version of yourself. And when you think like that, you become less selfish. Because now you aren't focusing on you for your sake, right? To try to put someone down. You are focusing on you to make it easier for someone else to come in and love you. And if they do that too, then it becomes a mutual thing, and then that love is solidified. And there's nothing that can break a union like that, let me tell you. Right? And so maybe this video can yet make an optimistic turn, where love will be more refined and more powerful when both parties are mutually in agreement to making themselves better and thus easier to love. And that's how you'll find it. That's how you'll find it. So maybe after all, love isn't dead, but you should probably still stop looking. This is Corban Conversations. My name is Corban, and this is Peter. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Seek on. Seek on. Bye.